other people's account like that.
Yeah.
Yours, but yeah, it's just being stupid.
So I don't know. But the other thing I was thinking today is like I just put up a post and I was like, I'm not even gonna post to Instagram until that's been on my like Facebook for like a hot minute and I see how it's like performing over there before I go over to like Insta. I'm gonna use it as like my testing grounds. Like, did that photo work well? Did that post work well? And then I'm gonna go put it on Instagram.
Yeah. I
So
get way more interaction on Facebook right now anyway.
you do. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I know. All right, guys, few things that I wanted to talk about tonight. Number one is if you didn't see the announcement of the retreat, the like leader retreat, diamond retreat that we're throwing, I wanted to make sure that you saw that because I know some people were signed up, earlier in the year and you saw us when we were promoting it in the beginning and the timeline and all of that. And some of you are already qualified, which is awesome. You stay qualified. That doesn't change. But, clearly with COVID and everything going on, we couldn't hold it when we wanted to hold it. Like, travel and stuff is still an issue, especially for people who are working jobs and then coming home and having to quarantine after being somewhere and all that stuff. So we're hoping that it'll be a better time to do this in February. So we want to open back up the ability to actually get a spot there because we want to see as many people there as possible. We know what it's like when we finally get all of our team together in person. We know that everybody is craving community, and it's also just a great incentive and something really fun to work for in your business. Like, why not achieve this? And then I get to go on a trip with some of my besties and have the best time ever. So, make sure you go and check that out. I don't have the stuff up right in front of me, but all of the qualifications and everything is right there in the post. And make sure you tell your new coaches about it too, because who doesn't want to work hard to get to a retreat with us? It's going to be fun. I can tell you that much. We don't know where it's going to be. We don't know the exact date, but we're shooting for February because we want to make it before March when a lot of people are going to like the Success Club trip. And then also we didn't want it too close to the holidays where people feel a little bit stressed out and we're already on vacation and stuff like that. So February seemed like a nice little spot to place it in, and we can figure out the details later, hammer them all out once we have our qualifiers. So go take a peek at that post in the team page. The other thing, this was my super secret announcement. So lame. But Secret Santas. We're going to do a virtual Christmas party this year. I know. I already got yelled at by some people, but guess what? It means more of you who don't live right here can participate, and we are going to make it fun. So part of the way we're going to make it fun is we're going to do Secret Santas. We'll put a list in the team page. You can just put your name down if you want to participate. And then I think we said like spending cap like $40 because we didn't want anybody to like think that they had to go overboard. There is no minimum. If it's thoughtful and awesome and you want to share it with somebody and it was $10, I don't care, right? Like it's just about the point of doing something nice for somebody else. And so we'll throw you guys in like a random name picker thing or whatever, attach everybody to people, and then get the addresses out to those coaches so that everybody can have their package in hand for the virtual party and unwrap them together. Maybe we can come up with like a drink or two that we want to make. Like that was so fun during leadership when like the elite team sent us all like ingredients and told us that we were making this drink, and then we all had this like cocktail together while we were hanging out, but it was like a new cocktail that we hadn't tried and it was fun and like different and neat. So we'll do something like that so we can all have a cocktail together, we can open our presents together, and we can just chill and relax, chat, have a good time. So I'll put that list so everybody can sign up in the team page. And then the other thing is that we will figure out the exact date. I think we did look at some date, but we didn't like nail it down. So we'll figure that out and announce it too. Does that sound fun? Everybody like that idea? Virtual Christmas party? Cool. Oh, and we're going to do a theme as well. I think like we started voting on some themes and people were like red and green, or like we were like, should we do fancy, or should we do this, or should we do that? I don't know, guys. I'm okay with getting fancy because like it'd be really cute to see us all on here, like all dolled up, fancified with like some pretty faces and our hair done for once. And then like we can take a picture and be like, "Ooh, team party." But like if we do that, like maybe we do like red for a theme or green, red and green for a theme or something like that with that. What else? So retreat, open, look at it, put it on your calendar, reverse engineer what it would take you to get there, and friggin' work towards it. Secret Santa. Say if you're in or not, get on the list. It's going to be super fun. You want to be in. I mean, who doesn't want to come hang out with us with a cocktail? And then last but not least, oh, this one, sale group. Guys, the sale group is always amazing. And I'm always like starting up the sale group on like Saturday morning. And I'm like, oh no, is this going to be like the one time like I don't sell any packs? Like, I was so excited about this. I put so much work into it. Like, our team's in there. Is it going to bomb? But inevitably, it always happens that like 11 a.m., noon hits, and people start like being like, I want in. And then it takes that one person for everybody else to be like, me too, me too, me too, me too. And that energy builds and it gets like really exciting. And so it was super fun to watch like many of you earn Success Club in just a couple hours in that group and beyond. And so, I mean, Kaylin, Becca, I think Mariah, who else? Shaylee signed people. I mean, those are just some off the top of my head. Emma, I think you signed people. I think these are just people off the top of my head. But guys, so awesome. And I wanted to just let everybody know, just because you didn't get somebody in there during the sale, during the raffle part of it, does not mean that you can't still take advantage of it currently and the FOMO that's happening in that group. So you can put up posts saying like sale group and whatever and get people in there, and you just let them know, hey, raffle's over, but I'm still going to offer you the $20 off or the $20 back on that pack. And it's still discounted by $20. So it's a sweet deal. And we have this awesome group that we're starting, right? So you can still market it. You can still invite people in there and have it do the work for you. So don't forget that just because like technically the raffle's over doesn't mean it ended. It's still no excuse November. We still have amazing deals going on and awesome ways to help people get started on their health and fitness goals. And I mean, literally that group just has so much energy. Like, who doesn't want to be part of that? Like, throw them in there, let them see it, celebrate the hell out of them still when they sign up with like a fun, GIF. My new favorite GIF is of President Bush doing a weird dance with people. It's like my favorite one. I'm just going to start using it all the time for everything. So there's that. And then what else? Last but not least. Okay. Those were my announcements. That was my training for you. That was all my training was for tonight. I have something I want to look at. Jess is laughing at me. She was like, that's it. It's 9/11. But here's what I'm going to tell you. No, it's not boom done. This is why. I read something today. Oh, and it really resonated with me. And that was that. Have you guys heard of the term? What's the term? Hold on, I'm gonna think of it. Have you heard of the term? Let me click over because I'm gonna talk to you guys about this, about vibrational escrow. Have you heard that term? Vibrational. Okay. Vibrational escrow. I was reading in the book Lucky Bitch the other night, and I hit that sentence and I was like, oh my God, like that resonates with me so much, because everybody always says to us things like, well, it's already there. You can't rush it. You can't worry about it. Like, don't stress about it. Like, the universe is taking care of it. Like, it's already there. Right. But that's really, really hard to like think about. Or if you're like, I'll see it when I believe it. Sometimes that's really hard too, right? Like, to believe when something doesn't seem to be going your way, whether it be, a new car or your house or your business or your bank account or a relationship, doesn't matter, right? Like, you have all these dreams and all these visions for your life and everything that you want. And everybody is like, well, you already have it. You just have to put the action there. But then you're like, shit. And all this disbelief comes in between. And so what happens is you are no longer a vibrational match for what you said that you wanted. However, that doesn't mean that it just goes away. It means that it's being held in this account for you so that when you are vibrationally aligned, it's going to come to you, right? And so I was like, ooh, I like that. How much more shit can I put in my account and then work on myself to make it so that account just goes, boom, here you go, doing everything you wanted, right? And so I looked into it a little bit more and I found this article, and I'm going to read a little bit of it to you. And then I would like to do just a little exercise, and then we'll jump off and it'll be a happy night. Cool? All right, cool. All right, so it says, I'm just going to give you an example and a definition first, and then we're going to take some action steps. So grab a pen and paper if you don't have one. But it says, as most of you know, I'm a big fan of Abraham Hicks, and I've studied many different teachers over the years, but I've never found one that speaks as clearly or resonates so strongly to me as at my spiritual current level. One of the concepts that they mentioned often is the concept of each of us having a vibrational escrow account. So basically, a vibrational escrow account is the place where all of our dreams and desires go the minute we birth them in our minds, waiting for us to access them when we meet up with those desires on the same vibrational level. So in other words, you say, my desire is a new car. And then the minute you have the minute that you had that and you state that desire to the universe, it goes to work and for the circumstances and everything to bring you that car. It's like, here's your new car. Like, I'm bringing this to you. However, in the next statement, you go, but I can't afford a new car. So this is telling the universe that while you do want that car, you're just not at the correct vibrational level to bring it into your experience at that moment. So it's like, I want to be a superstar diamond. I want to be a 7-figure earner in this business. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to whatever. Insert whatever there, and then insert immediately your disbelief, your comparison mode, your fear right behind it, right? So that's why they're all being held right here. And so the car doesn't just go away when you have that negative thought, though. It's basically sits there waiting for you to be that match. And so then, like, the universe never says no to any of our desires. And it does not care what you are asking for or who is asking for it. It's totally neutral and unbiased. And it's only our fear that convinces us that we are not worthy. We are all worthy of the universe in the universe's eyes. And it's just our ego selves that convince us that we have to jump through hoops, work extra hard, sacrifice, etc., right? To get something that we deserve. That's us. That's not the universe. And so let's get back to the car. You've asked for it and now it sits in your account. So how do you gain access to it in your physical world? You need to become a vibrational match. So how do we do that? The first thing you need to do is believe that you are entitled to it. After all, why would you be entitled to something as simple as a car? When the negative thoughts try to pop up about it being too expensive, etc., remind yourself that this is not your problem. The universe is taking care of that part. So then you start to visualize and own it. And you imagine sitting in it and appreciating it. You imagine its color, the smell when you get inside, the smooth way it runs. You imagine hand washing it, putting gas in it, driving others around in it, and simply loving every part of it. And see, this now puts you at the same vibrational level to be able to attract it easily and gives the universe a vibrational level it can deliver on. So if you have any of the negative thoughts that seem to push it away, simply take out those thoughts and examine them. So this is what we're going to do right now, because I can tell you with 100% honesty, when I first started coaching, the reason why it seemed so easy to go from 0 to 6-star elite my first year, to quitting my job, to increasing my income, to attracting the people that I wanted in my life was because I was a vibrational match for what I was saying. Every single day, I was telling the universe what I wanted. And every single day, I was getting more and more excited about it and visualizing it before I went to sleep and picturing myself walking across that stage and picturing people coming to me in my DMs and picturing all of that stuff. And so I can tell you that I know that when I'm in alignment, it freaking works, right? Like, it works, because then you take inspired action towards the things that you want. And because you're that match, it just seems to start happening easy. You're like, everything's working for me. The universe has my back. And it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier to believe as you continue to go down that route. And I can tell you from experience, when I'm not in that place, things get really fucking hard, like really hard. And then you get even more doubtful. Like, this isn't for me. I can't do this. I can't achieve this, such and such, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. But if we can take that back and we can take away some of these things that we're doing that hold ourselves back and reframe them and change that pattern, then we can truly achieve whatever we want. So I want you first to think about this. Whenever those doubts, whenever those questions pop up, write them down. Write them down immediately. So what if it's just that, like, well, I can't attract, their example is the car, obviously, but we can apply it to our business or anything else that you're searching for in your life, whether it be more money or whatever. So, well, I can't just attract a new car. Ask yourself, why not? It's only a car. It's really, really tiny. Like, that's very, very, we're talking about the universe. The universe is the most powerful thing in the universe. So, like, why would a car be so difficult for you to get, right? And if you see somebody else getting a car, it's a sign that you can have that fucking car too, right? Like, it's a sign from them saying, hey, they have a car. I'm just going to show you that they can do it. So, like, this is a reminder for you. Realign your thoughts currently, realign them so you know that this is here for you too. Don't get jealous. That's going to move you away from it. Think about how thankful you are that that other person showed you what's possible. Okay. So just ask yourself, why not? It's only a car. Well, everyone knows it can take, years to save up for this. It's the same thing that people tell themselves. Well, everybody, it can take years to find a coach that wants to build with me. It can take years to go superstar in this business. Or you could do it in like a month. There's people who do it that way, right? But it's because their frequency is different than yours and they're no better than you. So just ask yourself why? Why can't it be easy? And then I don't even know how to manifest one. Again, not your problem. That's when you're giving it up to the universe and you're saying they're going to take care of it. I don't know how it's going to happen. I just know that it's in that bank account and I'm ready to go, what? What's in here? Give it to me. Right. Also, my parents went their whole lives without owning a brand new car. Good. You're not your parents. Their story doesn't have to be yours. You can have more. Well, how can a car just simply show up in my life? Well, again, guys, it's not up to you. It's up to the universe. You just tell them what you desire and then you match that and you take action. And that's how it happens. And you need to just remember this over and over and over and over again every time you set a new goal in your business and in your life. So let's go through the doubts, get them out on paper, analyze them, and then change your mind about them. And when the negatives come up, you just try to replace them with common sense answers, not tired old ones that you've been telling yourself, right? On a day to day basis, in the beginning, when I was having that flow happen, if a negative thought came into my head, I would say, I forgive myself for that thought. I choose differently. I never thought I had to figure out what I was choosing differently. I left that up to the universe, but I just said, I forgive that thought. I choose to see this differently. I choose to see love instead, right? Every negative thought about myself over and over and over again, all throughout the day, all throughout the day. Somebody pops up in my feed, they just went superstar, and I'm like, fuck. No, 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 no. Why are you saying fuck? That means you can do it too, right? That's where it's at. That's a constant reminder, constant, constant, constant. And I know Gabby says it, and Denise Duffield says it. There's a lot of people who say it, but if you need to wear an elastic around your wrist and snap it every time you have that thought, do that. If you just need to keep a notebook on you so you can just write that thought down, so you can be like, that's not real, this isn't real, like this is not real, and you can go from there, then you do that. Every day, every day. It's a moment to moment practice, guys. This is not something that just happens overnight. It is a practice that you have to do over and over and over again. And it's going to change the way you think. It's going to change your energy and it's going to change your life. It's really, really that simple, but it's also hard, right? And so this is the fun part. This is the part that I really like. Stop. They're telling me to do something on the screen. I don't want to. Okay. So this is the part that I really like. She says, if you want to do something even more fun, go take a peek in your escrow account and see what's waiting there for you and try to match up to it this month. She said, I used to love Aladdin when I was a kid and kind of the idea of the genie in the lamp. And she goes, so it's no surprise that mentally, when I thought about my vibrational escrow account, it looked like a huge cave of wonder filled with tons and tons of riches, right? So she said, I imagined that it was covered by this thick velvet purple curtain and that I could pull it aside and I could take a peek in and I could see all the stacks and stacks of money piled up like pallets. And I could see the new champagne colored Escalade and I could see my best-selling books and I could see my super successful internet business and I could see all of those things, right? So maybe you even draw it, draw your draw your vibrational escrow account, right? Like maybe you make like a big bank account or like a safe. Maybe you make a cave, like that way you can look inside of it and you can keep it right there and you can be like, that's for me. Or just create your vision board and look at it every single day and be like, oh, that's in my bank account right now. Make sure my brain, make sure my vibe, make sure everything is aligned so that I can like stay there, right? And so, picture it however you want to, but just choose to go in there and take a peek and remember that it's all sitting there waiting for you the second that you get out of the way. And the best way that you can get out of the way is just by aligning with the universe, which really is aligning with yourself, you guys. So that is the message that I wanted to give you tonight. We create these giant hoops for ourselves. We tell ourselves that we can't have something. We think that this is going to be hard. And because we think those things, we make it so. But God also put us here for a reason. And I truly believe that He would not provide a vision without provision. And if you can think it, it's because it's already in existence and it's there for you. And when you claim it for yourself, you're allowing other people to claim it as well. And that's our job. Our job is to show up while we live this very, very short life on this planet. Our job is to show up so that we can allow other people to show up too. And when we do, not only are we living our purpose that we're here and our passion that lights us up and brings us happiness, but it lifts the entire world as well. And that's your job. And you have an amazing vehicle to help you do that. You have an amazing vehicle and opportunity to help you get wherever you want. I'm going to end it with this. I read an old post today, And it was a screenshot from somebody, I'm not going to mention names, a screenshot from somebody who used to be on this team. And in it, she said, I have never, ever, ever truly felt like I belonged anywhere in my entire life until I met this team. I never thought it was possible for me to succeed, and I can't believe that you get to celebrate me tomorrow. And I said, oh my God, you do belong here. And I can't tell you how many other girls on this team message me about your light and what you bring to the table. And she's no longer with us anymore. I mean, she's on this planet, but she's no longer on this team anymore. And I think about that. And I think about the fear that led her there. I think about the disbelief that led her there. And I think about where she could be right now. And you guys, a life of regret is not something that you want to be living. You have absolutely everything in your power to crush this business and help other people. And the only person stopping you is you. So I want you to use all of your tools. I want you to realize that this is fun, that what we do is fun and people need your help. I want you to get on that retreat with me and drink tequila. I want you to have the best Christmas party sending Secret Santa gifts because you're like, $40 is nothing. I made that in like an hour yesterday selling a challenge pack. I want you to use that sale group this month to understand that you have a chance to change this world. And currently it is so polarized and so negative, and you guys are the light and you have to go be that. That's what I want you to do. And I want you to go look in your bank, your escrow, and figure out what the hell it is that's sitting there right now that you need to match so that you can show others they can too. And that's it. I love you guys. Go do your thing. You're changing the world. Mwah.